First, let's generate a Vite project with React, and then we'll see how we can make a custom hook in React, or I'd rather use the term built-in helper utility or some sort. But yeah, I mean, that's the basic thing about hooks in React. So here I've created a project in Vite using React and TypeScript. Let's just open it up in VS Code, and we have opened up our project. Now we have to install some packages. So npm I, let's go. So custom hooks are you know are extremely useful in many use cases. So in React we usually use effect or use memo, or those are some of the hooks that React comes with. So in this video we'll see how we can write a custom hook. Let's just run it in our local and test if everything is fine and working smoothly. Let me go into localhost 5473, and here we have Vite, the default landing page. So let's just define a variable value and set its state to empty string using the useState from React. Now for this example tutorial, I will need to create a hook which basically mimics the function of the simplest example that I can show you is of using something called local storage. So if you're in the web dev community, you must have heard of it. So basically you can set and get values from the browser's local storage using window.localstorage.setItem and getItem. So we will write a custom hook in React to mimic that. So basically what this does is this improves the code readability, as well as it helps to write the code in a very destructured kind of way in its own component. I'll show you the folder structure in a bit. So I'm just creating an input right now that sets the value of the value variable using setValue. So very easily we can retrieve the value from the input into our variable like this. And I want a few buttons to showcase the example. So let's create a button and name it set, and let's create additional buttons. Let's give one for remove, and let's have one more button for getting or retrieving the value from local storage using our custom hook. So here it is, and in our web app we can see that we have a nice UI. We don't have margins or paddings, but that doesn't matter for the purpose of this tutorial. So let's go back and create a folder called components. Under src and under components we can have a hooks folder, and inside hooks let's create a file called use local storage.ts, because we are using TypeScript and not JS. Firstly, let's export const use local storage, and it will not take any variable for now because I will tell you why. So this doesn't return anything, and back to app.tsx we can import this hook or utility helper function like this. Okay, very simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to mimic this particular call. So window.localstorage.setItem, that is what we're going to do using this hook, just for a heads up. This is just for a simple example. We'll do advanced examples later. So here use local storage will take a string called key as a parameter. So as you can see, the editor just gave me an error saying that the parameter is not there, and we will store the local storage, the key as value. We can call the key as value. Let's go back to use local storage.ts, and let's define a const setItem. And setItem, what setItem does is it will take value, that is the value to be stored, and let's give it a type of unknown, and let's say window.localstorage.setItem as. So what local storage does is it stores as key value pairs. So key and stringify whatever we get from set item as the value pair of the key, and then we will return set item. So if we do that, we can see that we can write this in a destructured way. So let's destructure the use local storage. So we can write const set item equals use local storage and put brackets. So in this way we can use the set item. There's something wrong with my mouse, guys. Yeah, we can use set item in the on click of the set button. So we can write on click equals callback set item, and what we are going to set item is the value of. So let's just see if we are able to set something. Let's give it some random string and set. Let's go into application, local storage, and see. We can see random value as the value against the key value pair. Okay, so this is working. Now what we have to do is let's just take one more example. We can show it for the get item as well. So back to use local storage, we can wrap this in a try catch block, and we can put that statement under try because we don't want to get any errors, and if we get an error we'll say console.log error. Just like that, we can have const get item is equal to something like this, and let's just wrap it in a try catch now itself, and we will say window.localstorage.get item key because we already have the key from local storage. So we'll say if there's item, json.parse the item because we want to parse the string, and console.log the item. That's it, really simple. And let's just console log the error if there's any error. That way, let's test if our custom hook / utility helper function is working. Let's just import get item in app.tsx, and in the on click of the get, let's use get item. And here, as you can see, let's just refresh this. Yes, I'm able to see get in the console. So this is how we can implement a simple custom hook in React. I hope you guys liked the video, and if you like this, please consider subscribing. Thank you, and see you in the next one.